Well, this should be interesting. What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? We are now live for a Saturday morning video game discussion. Toaster Guy, you are the first one in the chat. You, the homie. All right, dudes, before we get started, if you want to game with me every day, you're going to join a great gaming community. Become a sponsor, patreon.com/Obi1Plays. And we are giving away at the end of this month either an Xbox One S, let me put the right color, an Xbox One S, or a Nintendo Switch console to a lucky sponsor. All you have to do is become a sponsor and you get in the running. $2. $2 gets you in, and we're gaming all the time, having a great time. Today I know for sure I gotta knock out one more challenge in Fortnite and I'll be completely done with season 4. So Fortnite, we're gonna be doing a fighting stream. We're gonna play some Smash and Fighters Z. I know those two for sure. Smash on the Wii U, Fighters on the Xbox, and we're just gonna be winging it for the rest of the night. I might get some Paladins, and I don't know. We're just playing. But dudes, let's talk about the state of the industry right now. King Sire, what's up, dudes? Toaster Guy, UNC, Ninja Gamer, X-Pool, that one Ghost. What's up coming into the chat? Also, if you're just not coming in, give the stream a thumbs up. Let's get the stream over 100 likes. We'll get over 100. Everybody give it a thumbs up. You're watching the replay on YouTube. What up, boy and girl? All right. We're going to have a discussion. This chat might get a little interesting on the, let me give a shout out again to the newest sponsor, Irving. All right. I think he upgraded or something, but Irving. All right. Dudes, let's talk about these consoles. First, I want to talk about your favorite console maker, Sony. First, we're going to get into Sony. We're going to talk about all three, Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox. I'm going to just share my thoughts on where they are, their strengths, weaknesses. We're just going to have an open discussion. All right. Dudes, I know this past week there's been a lot of news on Nintendo stock. Nintendo stock has been dropping rapidly, bro. I sold my stock in Nintendo. I'll buy it back later. But no, actually, this would be a good time to buy probably because when Pokemon them come out, it's going to go back up. But there's been a lot of news about Nintendo stock dropping. But Nintendo isn't the only company that is feeling effects of some of the E3 repercussions. Sony has been getting a lot of bad press lately, particularly with the whole Fortnite debacle. We all know if you have an account, a Fortnite account on your PlayStation, and you're trying to switch the account over to your Switch, guess what? You're greeted with an error message. No way, Jose. You can't do it. And it's been in the news, Fox News. I mean, Sony has gotten a lot of bad press with this whole Fortnite debacle. And it's so funny. Do y'all remember this trailer right here? Y'all remember this? This was at the beginning of this generation where Sony was the consumer-friendly manufacturer. And they were like, this is how you share games. It's as easy as this, Microsoft. Why aren't you sharing your games, Xbox? Now who's not sharing? Look at this. They were trolling Microsoft hard. Bro, Microsoft need to play the same exact trailer right here with Sony and them sharing the games and just have Fortnite in the middle and put an X. This is how you share it. No sharing. And so Sony was touted as the consumer-friendly best COD leaderboard. I just bought a new pair of red 11s. That's what's up, best COD. Fire, bro. Favorite shoes of all time. These bad boys right here. Now Sony is seen as the enemy in the eyes of many gamers. And so, I tell you this. Before Sony launches the PlayStation 5, they're going to have to change their stance on crossplay. No way in the world they could go into next gen with this whole crossplay stigma hanging over their heads. Because I tell you this, crossplay is going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. Where pretty much every multi-platform game you'll be able to play no matter your platform of choice. And so Sony's going to have to get with the growing trend in gaming. They may not like it because they're the top dog, but they're not going to have a choice. They do not want to always be seen as the odd one out when it comes to gaming. I mean, you got Nintendo and Microsoft making commercials together. Come on, bro. For the gamers. Yeah, X-Puller says for the gamers. Who's laughing now, Sony? I'm telling you, bro. They're going to have to wisen up, X-Pull. They're going to have to wise up. And so, but I have to say this. They have to change their stance. It may not affect their sales too much now because they've already crushed it this generation. PlayStation has killed it globally. Right now, I'm looking at VG charts. Right now, they're standing at over 80 million PlayStation 4s. Killing it, bro. Over 80 million. And so they've crushed it this generation. They're going to win this generation. But if they want the momentum, I mean, things can change just like that from one gen to another. Just ask Xbox, bro. They're going to have to really change their policy on crossplay. And what makes it so bad is Fortnite is so huge. Shout out to everyone coming to the stream. Give the stream a thumbs up. We're on our way to 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. Bro, what makes it so bad is Fortnite is so huge, bro. It's the biggest game out right now. And so you can't hide that their stance on crossplay. And I've said this before. I said this a million times. This is what I don't get. Epic could do something about this. Because it's not like they're blocking gameplay. I understand. Well, I still don't understand. I do understand, and they shouldn't do it still. Why they're blocking people from playing. Okay, we don't want to play with Xbox gamers. We don't want to play with Nintendo Switch gamers. But you don't want them to even transfer their Epic account. It's their Epic account, bro. It's not even your account. It's not a PlayStation account. That's what I don't get. So, the good for Sony is they are crushing it this generation. Also, Sony has a loyal fan base. We talk about how loyal Nintendo bans are. Nah, bro, the Nintendo fans weren't buying no Wii U's. Bro, Sony's fan base, they pick up them PlayStations. PlayStation crushes it generation after generation. Ever since the PlayStation 1, they've been crushing it. You might even say the PlayStation 3, they struggled. Nope. They started off slow, but them Sony fans got around. It's because of that 600 price point. But even the PlayStation 3 sales picked up and just started rolling. Also, click subscribe. Your name will pop up live in the stream. I'm going to shout out a couple of other subscribers. But half the time I don't get my sub notifications either, so whatever. And so Sony, they have a loyal fan base. They do have some momentum, but they have to change their policies when it comes to crossplay. All right. So that's Sony. The next company, I'm gonna talk about Nintendo next. And you notice I got Paladins playing. I don't got a first party a Nintendo game playing. That's one of my, and I've said this a million times, and I hate, let me put up my GIF. Oh, my bad. I did the wrong thing. I hate to beat a dead horse, bro. I hate to beat, where's my horse? No? Dead? I hate to beat a dead horse. This is a dead horse right here. One of the things I think Nintendo, and this doesn't really affect their sale, this is just my personal side YouTube thing. They need to chill with their copyright claiming. Because more than likely, if I would have played a Nintendo first party game, this video would have been claimed. Dead horse. I've been beating it. All right, but besides that, Nintendo's strength, and their strength will always be their first party games. I was looking at VG charts, and I know VG charts isn't the end all be all, but their last recorded week, Nintendo had 5 of the 10 best-selling games in the U.S. In the U.S. were Nintendo Switch games, but they were all first-party games except for one. The Mega Man Legacy Collection was in there. And then you had Hyrule Warriors, Mario Kart 8, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Super Mario Odyssey. And so Nintendo kills it on the first-party front. And to the Switch's credit, third-party games are selling well as well for the first time in a long time on a Nintendo platform. Now, not every third-party games, but there are some third-party developers, particularly indie. I still consider indie games, they're third-party developers. They're not Nintendo first-party studios, so they're third-party developers. Indie games sell the best on the Switch, and it makes sense. There's no graphical y'all know the word. There's no graphical, I know the word, it's in my head, it's at the tip of my tongue. Disparities. There are no graphical disparities between most of these indie games. Pocket Rumble looks good on your 4K Xbox One X, and it looks just as good on your Nintendo Switch. And that's where the Nintendo Switch has the portable advantage. But I cannot avoid the elephant in the room. Why is Nintendo's stock tanking right now, bro? Y'all answer that to me, because I'm puzzled. They announced their 2 biggest IPs coming out this fall, Pokemon and Smash, and their stock is still tanking. What did I do this morning? Well, it's Saturday. The stock market isn't open, but I have some stock in Nintendo. Sold them. I'll probably buy them back. But why is Nintendo stock tanking? Y'all tell me, chat. Now, a couple of reasons I could say why. One is investors don't really know too much about video games. Bro, I was reading the transcripts from their last investor meeting. Investors are crazy, bro. They're asking questions like, why can't we play your games at our investor meetings? They wanted to play they were mad at Nintendo because Nintendo wouldn't let them play the games at the investor meeting. Come on, bro. They're asking crazy questions, weird questions. But sometimes it's not Nintendo's fault. It's the trend of the market, other factors, fear from supply demand as far as processors. Are Nintendo going to have enough parts? And so something that are just out of Nintendo's control. Nintendo can have the best software lineup and just outside factors and investors will still jump ship. Thanks to dudes coming into the stream again. We're at 13 likes. Let's get the stream first to 50 likes. Everyone give the stream a thumbs up right now. We're going to get it to 50. Then we're going to get it to 100. Goals. And so those are some reasons. Now, I can't just say Nintendo's done everything right. Maybe, just maybe, the game shown at E3 was not enough for investors. Maybe Smash and Pokemon alone is not enough. Because when you really think about it, those are their two blockbuster titles. Huge games, but maybe that's not for everyone. Kimishima, before he left, he did say we have more games to reveal, but I don't really think we're going to get any big announcements. Because Fortnite was pretty big to be coming to the Switch. And you had Pokemon and Smash. I would have thought that would have been good enough. But Ian is saying it's the E3 of Nintendo was not good. Yeah, I have to say, even though I was cool with their E3, the overall reaction was negative towards Nintendo's E3. A lot of people felt they spent too much time on Smash during their E3. And I had to for a second, because I was hyped. Oh, we're getting all these games. We get Fighters. I was hyped. Fighters, Dragon Ball. I was hyped to get on the Switch. But when I stepped outside of it and looked at the perspective of other gamers, dudes are like, bro, Obi-Wan, I already got Fighters on my PlayStation 4, on my Xbox. Come on, bro. And so looking from the outside in, Fortnite already on other systems. Fighters already on other systems. Mario Party is hype. I'm still hyped for that Mario Party. Even, I have to say this, as much as I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Generation Ultimate, whatever it's called, on the Switch, it's really a 3DS game, bro. It's a port of a 3DS Monster Hunter game. And this isn't me because I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy, but from dudes who play Monster Hunter a lot, they say once you play Monster Hunter World, it's hard to go back to the previous Monster Hunter games. The load screens between each region, the menu system, the items, just everything is so archaic once you play Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World revolutionized the series in so many ways. And so, when you really think about it, outside of Mario Party, Smash, and Pokemon, that was it for Nintendo. No Metroid. That was a big one for me too. No Metroid was at their E3. Iwato's soul is inside every 3DS, says Darth Wesker in the main chat. And so, no 3DS. I mean, now you got me thinking no 3DS. All of their other third-party games that were announced, pretty much all of them, were on other platforms already. That mech game at the very beginning threw me for a loop. It looked cool, but I was like, what's going on? It looked cool, though. It looked cool. And this is what I've been saying, Nintendo cannot allow this to keep happening. Third-party games launching on other consoles ahead of the Switch. Nintendo needs to start getting parity when it comes to launching games on the Switch. The game you see right here, Paladins, dope game. My favorite third-party game on the Switch right now. As much as I play Fortnite, I still love me some Paladins. But, bro, Paladins is already out on all the other platforms and for free. And so, Nintendo needs to start getting their third-party releases day and date. And I hope it stops, but at the same time, a lot of third-party developers, they're going to optimize their games for the Xbox, PlayStation 4, and afterwards try to adjust it and scale it for the Switch. It's just how it is right now. So hopefully it changes. Hopefully it changes. But that's what's been going on with Nintendo. So Nintendo, their strength, their first party is always going to carry Nintendo. But they still have work to do on the third party front. Some games, and I don't think it's all Nintendo. Some games like Madden, that's my pet peeve. It's not coming to the Switch. I might bite the bullet and get Madden on my Xbox again this year. It's not coming out on the Switch, bro. It's not coming out on the Switch, which I think was a huge omission. A huge omission for Nintendo. But that's more on EA than Nintendo. We got NBA 2K. Come on, we got 2K19. All right. So that's Nintendo. The last company, and then we just have a general talk. We just chill, whatever. Xbox, Microsoft, far and wide by the mass reception, mass audiences who've watched all three E3s. Everyone is saying Microsoft had the best E3, and I said this. Before E3 even started, I said this, and don't get me wrong. Xbox, Switch, PlayStation. All right, but I said this before E3. If you go back and look at my tweets, by the way, follow your boy on Twitter at Obi1Plays. I tweeted this E3 more than any other E3. I'm going to watch all three gaming manufacturers E3s, Microsoft, Xbox, and Sony. And I said, I'm going to, based on what they show me at E3, it's going to really shape how I game going forward. I have to say this. Sony dropped the ball in so many ways at their E3. This is my son tapping on me. Yes, sir. Yep, my son wants to play on the Switch, on my Switch. Go ahead, kiddo. We have 3 Switches in the house. Of course, they want to use mine. Close the door back all the way. I said it with an honest opinion. I said, I'm going to watch all 3 E3s with the honest opinion, and I'm open to what all these manufacturers are showing me. And I'm going to go, I didn't say necessarily I'll go with, because I'm always going to be a Nintendo gamer, go with the console, but I'm going to be, that's the console I'm going to be looking at more, paying more attention to. And I have to say this, Microsoft had a great E3. They killed it on the first party front, and they killed it on the third party front. Great games. There's one hidden gem that nobody has really talked about too much, but bro, this is a game that I really want to see more of, that I'm going to definitely be a day one buy on my Xbox. Bro, if you're a Zelda fan, this game right here, Tunic. This game looks dope, bro. It's like Star Fox and Zelda had a baby and created Tunic on the Xbox. Now, this game is on Steam, I think, or coming to Steam, but it's going to be a console launch exclusive, at least, on the Xbox. This game is going to be perfect on the Switch. I think it's going to eventually come to the Switch, and it's going to be perfect. But again, it's going to be already out on another platform. But back to Microsoft. Their weakness, first I have to say their weakness is they started off this generation horrible, bro. They had a horrible start to this generation. Major Key in the chat is saying, can't wait for Phil to launch the next Xbox. The Xbox One should have been the #1 console this gen. I have to say this. When the Xbox first launched, I wasn't really feeling it, bro. And you're coming from a dude that loved the Xbox 360. Bro, I love my 360. That was my go-to console last generation. I didn't really like the Wii that much. I love my Wii U. The Wii and Nintendo sort of blurred the lines between generations. Nintendo's on their own generation cycle. So I love my 360. But when the Xbox One launched, I still bought it at launch. But I was like, Microsoft, you tripping, bro? I don't care about, bro. I never bought a console for ESPN, for Hulu, for YouTube, for Netflix. No. I got Google Chromecast. I got a smart TV in my TV upstairs where I could just, it's already embedded in the TV, bro. I buy my gaming consoles to play video games first and foremost. On occasion, I do use them for movies and stuff with my wife, but first and foremost, and Microsoft was all on that entertainment stuff at the beginning of the generation. Microsoft changed when Phil Spencer took the head of the Xbox division. Hand clap to Phil Spencer. He's done a remarkable job turning around the perception of the Xbox One. And I think Xbox will probably have the best momentum going into the next generation. Dope. The Xbox One X, dope system. And this is why I'm glad that they're having cross-play on the Xbox. I can still play with my Nintendo homies. But, man, like Fortnite, I keep going back. I love the Pro Controller on Fortnite. I love the Nintendo Pro Controller. But even while I was playing on my Switch yesterday, I realized it. Bro, I shot somebody dead on. Dead! I know I hit him. And it didn't register. I know it would have registered if that same shot would have went off on my Xbox. You are at a disadvantage. I know on Fortnite, playing the game in 4K at 60 frames per second, getting those shots are easier on the Xbox. So that's the Xbox One X right now, favorite console. I have a PlayStation 4 Pro, but even though the games look pretty much the same, I can't tell with my naked eye the difference between fighters on a PlayStation 4 Pro or fighters on the Xbox One X. But in the back of my mind, I know that the resolution is better on the Xbox One X. And so I'm like, no, I'm going to buy the Xbox version, bro. And not just that. I've always liked the Xbox ecosystem more than the PlayStation ecosystem. Nintendo always marched the beat of their own drum, and so I just love Nintendo regardless. But when it comes to Sony and Microsoft, I've always leaned more towards Microsoft. So a weakness to Microsoft was how they started this generation. They've been playing catch up the whole generation. Right now, Microsoft is at 37 million globally. They're almost at the 40 million mark, which really isn't nothing to shy at. They still sell well. For example, in the US, and I primarily just focus on the US market. That's where I game. The last recorded week, Sony sold 71,000. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My wife just got me an egg sandwich. Look at this. Check this out, y'all. I'll be showing off the stuff. Got me an egg sandwich, some mangoes and cherries for breakfast. Breakfast of champions, bruh. I'm about to, I'm going to eat this after the stream, so I'm going to hold it right here. I can't let my eggs get too cold, so you already know we're wrapping it up right now. That sounds great, Harrison. Harrison say 6 hours of Fortnite. Sounds great, Harrison. So right now, the last recorded week on VG, the PlayStation 4 sold 71,000, the Switch sold 54,000, and Xbox sold 57,000. So in the US, Microsoft is still selling it at a second place. But they're gonna have to get things right with the next console. And I have to say this. This is why I also say I think all these console manufacturers are in a little bit of trouble. I could play Fortnite. Where's my Fortnite? Fortnite. Look at this. I could turn on Fortnite right now on my phone. I hate playing. I never game on my phone, but it's there, bro. It's there. Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, the president of Ubisoft, said something very interesting. Shout out to everybody coming to the stream. Give the stream a thumbs up. He said, this generation is going to be the last, this next generation is going to be the last generation of gaming consoles. Everything else is going to be cloud and streaming. Part of me has to say, he's probably right. I think Microsoft is starting to get with the program more than Sony and Nintendo. With this Game Pass, they're offering games as a service where for $10 a month, you get all their first party games. And there's some great games on Game Pass right now. I might do that in a separate stream where I show off what games I have on my Xbox, again, 2018 fall, summer edition. But it's a great deal. And so next generation, you're automatically going to, you know what? I'm looking at what services are each consoles going to be providing. Clint, these dudes love that Fortnite. Well, half my sponsors love Fortnite, bro. Fortnite is fire, bro. I like me some Fortnite. So, and I think he has something. I think consoles are going to go the way of the dinosaur. Most smart TVs, you could already connect to Wi-Fi. You're going to have smart TVs that have gaming services where you have Game Pass right there when you buy your TV. And you can just play your Xbox games. Even Nintendo online services, the subscription service, they're gonna have to. I'm telling you, it's gonna change. It's gonna change next generation as internet improves and places that couldn't get internet before start to get real good internet. Things are gonna change, and it's just gonna be you buy the controller and you can play any game you want on any platform you want. That would be my preference. You think I want to spend thousands of dollars on hardware to play games that are offered across the board on the same platforms? I just want to buy one device and play all my games with everyone, bro. I would love to have one platform that has my Mario and Zelda games, my Gears, I don't care about Sony's first party games. God of War is cool. Where they're just all on one platform. That is where we're going. That's the direction we're going soon. Watch. And so, dudes, that's really it for this stream. Wanted to show the good and bad for both consoles and just share my thoughts in general. Daryl is saying my dude Daryl is that a pit bull, bro? I see you. Next gen, I don't think 90% of the games won't be able to run on Switch. I hope not, but it is what it is. Yeah. Nintendo, bro, I'm telling you, man, I would not mind Nintendo coming out with a powerful console one last time. If we're gonna have one more generation of systems, Nintendo do it big. But I think Nintendo thinks they can't compete, but in the social media age, they can compete, bro. Nintendo can compete. They come out with a powerful console. All right. Yeah. We're going to do sponsor battles online with Pokemon UNC when it comes out. All right, dudes, that's it for the stream. Your boy's about to eat some breakfast. And then I'm going to be playing. I'm going to hop on. I'm going to try to do the one more challenge in Fortnite I need to do. Then we're going to be playing some Smash and Fighters later on today. All right, dudes, what do you guys think about everything I just said? Sound off in the comment section below. I want to know. But before you go, bro, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. All things gaming. Yo, we out, boy. Shoot, Yoshida's like, no.